The year is 1428, a time of great turmoil and uncertainty. Welcome to Cryptic Mystic Vault, where we unravel the secrets of ancient mysteries. France, once a proud and mighty kingdom, is now on the brink of collapse, its glory days a distant memory. For almost a century, the relentless 100 Years' War has ravaged its lands, leaving devastation in its wake. English armies, bolstered by their Burgundian allies, control vast swaths of French territory, tightening their grip. The Loire Valley, a vital artery for the kingdom, is now under severe threat from the advancing enemy. Orléans, a city of immense strategic importance, stands as the last bastion of hope for the beleaguered French. Should Orléans fall, the path to the French heartland would lay open, exposing the kingdom to further peril. King Charles VII, uncrowned and doubted by many, struggles to rally his demoralized and weary people. The English, emboldened by their recent victories, tighten their grip on the throat of France, showing no mercy. The siege of Orléans has begun, a pivotal moment in this protracted conflict. English cannons roar, their iron embrace tightening around the city, as the defenders brace for the worst. Food grows scarce, hope dwindles, and the spirit of the French defenders begins to falter under the relentless siege. Amidst the despair, a whisper of prophecy emerges, a peasant girl with unwavering faith, destined to challenge the fate of nations. In the small village of Domremy, a young peasant girl named Joan experiences something extraordinary. Visions, vivid and awe-inspiring, fill her days. Saint Michael, the warrior archangel, appears to her in a blaze of celestial light. Saint Catherine and Saint Margaret, their presence filled with divine wisdom, speak to her. They entrust her with a mission to save France from English domination and crown the Dauphin Charles as the rightful king. Joan, deeply devout, accepts this calling without hesitation. Driven by the certainty of her visions, she embarks on an improbable journey. Clad in simple peasant garb, she travels to the castle of Vaucouleurs, seeking an audience with Robert de Baudricourt, the local French commander. Initially, Baudricourt dismisses her, but Joan persists, her faith unshakable. Finally, after much delay and skepticism, Joan is granted an audience with the Dauphin Charles at Chinon. Joan arrives at the besieged city of Orléans in April 1429. Clad in shining armor astride a white steed, she cuts a striking figure against the backdrop of a city under siege. She is a beacon of hope in a sea of despair, her presence a symbol of divine intervention. The people, starved and demoralized, see in her a sign, a manifestation of divine favor. Their eyes, once filled with hopelessness, now shine with renewed faith. Her effect on the French troops is immediate and profound, as if a dormant spirit has been awakened. Joan, with her unwavering faith and fiery passion, ignites a spark of hope in their hearts. Her words are not just heard but felt deeply. She speaks of divine intervention, of victory snatched from the jaws of defeat, and her conviction is contagious. Her words resonate deeply within their souls, stirring emotions they had long forgotten. The soldiers, inspired by her belief, find their courage renewed. They stand taller, their resolve strengthened. The French commanders, initially skeptical, are won over by her charisma and faith. They begin to see her not just as a young girl, but as a leader. Joan, though lacking formal military training, possesses a natural leadership that transcends tactics and strategy. Her presence alone commands respect. She embodies the hopes and aspirations of a nation yearning for liberation. Her very being is a rallying cry for freedom. Joan, the Maid of Orléans, has arrived. Her journey is just beginning, but already she has changed the course of history. The English, initially dismissive of this mad girl, soon realize the threat she poses. Joan's presence has galvanized the French, transforming them into a formidable army driven by faith and fury. The tide of the siege begins to turn. Joan identifies the Tourelles, a formidable English fortress, as the key to Orléans' liberation. She rallies the French forces for a daring assault. On May 7, 1429, the attack commences. French troops, reinvigorated by Joan's presence, fight with unparalleled ferocity. During the assault, Joan is struck by an arrow but refuses to leave the battlefield. Her courage inspires the French to push forward with even greater determination. Finally, after hours of brutal fighting, the Tourelles falls. The victory at Orléans sends shockwaves throughout France and England. It is a turning point in the 100 Years' War, a testament to the power of faith and the indomitable spirit of a nation. Joan, the peasant girl who dared to believe, is hailed as a hero, a saint. With Orléans secured, Joan turns her attention towards a new goal, the coronation of Charles VII at Reims. The ancient city holds immense symbolic significance, for it is there that French kings are traditionally crowned. A coronation at Reims would solidify Charles's legitimacy, uniting the French people under his banner. The journey to Reims is fraught with peril. Nevertheless, Joan leads the French army to a series of stunning victories. Finally, on July 17, 1429, Charles VII is crowned King of France in the Cathedral of Reims. The English, their dreams of conquest shattered, are desperate to counter the growing legend of Joan of Arc. Her victories have not only turned the tide of war, but have also inspired a nation to rise against its oppressors. They understand the power she wields, the inspiration she embodies. Joan has become a symbol of hope and resilience, a beacon for the French people. To defeat her on the battlefield is one thing, but to truly break the spirit of France, they must discredit her. They aim to tarnish her reputation and undermine her divine mission. In 1430, Joan is captured by Burgundian forces and handed over to the English. Her capture is a devastating blow to the French cause. She is imprisoned in Rouen, put on trial for heresy and witchcraft. The charges are grave, designed to paint her as a dangerous heretic. The trial is a sham, orchestrated by English authorities determined to silence her. They manipulate the proceedings to ensure a guilty verdict. The charges against Joan are absurd, her accusers motivated by fear and vengeance. They accuse her of witchcraft, heresy, and even cross-dressing. Yet despite relentless questioning and intimidation, she never wavers in her faith. Her steadfastness in the face of such adversity is remarkable. She defends herself with courage and dignity. Her eloquence and conviction leave a lasting impression on those present. On May 30, 1431, Joan of Arc is condemned as a heretic. The sentence is a foregone conclusion, a tragic miscarriage of justice. She is led to the marketplace in Rouen and burned at the stake. Her execution is a public spectacle meant to serve as a warning to others. Her death, a tragic injustice, only serves to cement her status as a martyr. Joan of Arc's legacy endures, inspiring generations to come. Imagine a world where Joan of Arc's mission had failed. France, weakened and demoralized, might have succumbed to English rule. The Hundred Years' War could have ended with a vastly different map of Europe. French culture, language, and influence would have been significantly diminished. The Renaissance might have taken a different path, with England emerging as the dominant cultural and political force. This alternate history would have reshaped the modern world in ways we can only speculate. Without Joan's inspiration, the French people might have lost their resolve, leading to a swift and decisive English victory. The unification of France under a single crown would have been delayed, if not entirely prevented. The cultural and intellectual revival that characterized the Renaissance in France could have been stifled under English dominance. The French language, literature, and artistic achievements that flourished in the centuries to come might have been overshadowed by English influence. The contributions of French philosophers, scientists, and artists to the Enlightenment and beyond could have been significantly diminished. In this alternate reality, England's dominance might have extended far beyond its own borders, shaping not just European but global history. The colonial ambitions of England and France would have played out differently, potentially altering the course of exploration and expansion in the New World. The ripple effects of Joan of Arc's absence are profound. Her legacy, therefore, is not just about her victories on the battlefield or her martyrdom. It is about the enduring spirit she ignited in the French people and the lasting impact she had on the course of history. Joan of Arc's story is a testament to the power of belief and the extraordinary influence one individual can have on the world. Her mission was not just a turning point in the Hundred Years' War, but a defining moment in the shaping of modern Europe. Without her, the world as we know it would be a very different place. If you enjoyed this exploration of history, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more fascinating insights.